So this is the EYP Teacher Training follow-up video. If you're seeing this, you've very likely just completed a teacher training with myself, one of the other teachers in the world. So why do we send this video? Well, it's a 4-day training, which is fairly intense. And the first thing I want to say is get some rest. Don't be surprised if there are emotional aftershocks in the next few days after the training. If you feel very tired or energized, we always say don't make any big decisions in the kind of first week after the training. It stirs a lot up, yeah? So you can always contact me, stay in contact with your loved ones, get some rest. That's really, really advised immediately after the training. So if you feel like all over the place, well, you just did like a year's worth of therapy in 4 days. And it does stir people up because we just have to do all the postures, as you know, to teach it. So that's the first thing. The next reason we do this is to encourage people to keep learning. So the way the kind of general world is right now, 4-day teacher training, we can teach you the technique because it's quite simple, really, the EYP technique, but you need to practice it. And that takes a little bit of time, so it's worth putting some things in your diary at this point before it drifts. So the main thing to practice is your personal practice. So practicing daily some of the postures, in your morning practice, or even if it's just 10 minutes a day of a few practice, make that part of your morning routine as quickly as possible while those postures are still fresh in your mind. What we tend to find is teachers what we call drift. So drift is where, they'll start off doing no posture one way, and then within time, they'll start doing it their way, and that will start to feel right. And it's not, of course, it's just their personal habit reasserting itself. So that's why it's important to practice early, but also to the big one for this video is keep in touch. So EYP is a community, and we ask that you stay in touch. The Facebook group for teachers, EYP Teacher Group, if you haven't joined it, join it now. Lots of good discussion there, sharing of new ideas, very collegiate, nice feel, and also just keeps reminding you of things. And do come to future events. So as a teacher, you're welcome at all future EYP events by donation. Yeah, so other teacher trainings, one-day events. If you're far from events and you can't get to them, maybe book one in a year. Yeah. Or get together with people locally, put things in your diary, like connect with the other teachers in London or Scotland or wherever you are, Moscow, wherever you are, and make space in your diary for that community engagement, both because it stops your own practices drifting, and also just is, supportive and encouraging, and we're really building a community with this. Yeah. Cool, so careful of drift, stay in touch on the Facebook, call me, ask me for tips, and obviously the big one here is if you're wanting to be qualified after this is to do your practice hours. So these hours that we ask you to do with finding a group, that could be getting together with another person from the training, if there's someone else in your city, it can be on your own, it can be after a regular class that you can do, it could be a dedicated thing, letting people know that you're still training but you've got the basics. And again, the quicker you do that, the easier that will be, at least to plan it. Let's say you have to go on holiday for a month afterwards or whatever, plan it, put it in your diary, make it happen, because I'd love you to become a full-fledged teacher. And if you need any support, again, Facebook group, but also I will call you. Part of what you've paid for in the teacher training is me mentoring you over a period of time after the training to become a teacher. So let me know what help you need with that, or any of the other senior teachers if you prefer to get different kinds of ideas. And then after you've done that, then be creative with it. That's the sort of last thing I want to say, is be in the community, keep the standards, obviously, the ethical standards we ask about, not fucking your students and the other ethical things we talk about. No unicorns and dolphins, please. Obviously, I'm not super policing the branding, but please don't take EYP in the super hippie direction or the body beautiful direction. Keep it as the general vibe of EYP, which from the teacher training. Yeah, stay in the community, keep the standards, both of the practice and the general brand, and then be creative, develop it. What can you do with it? Yeah, I was talking to a teacher just yesterday, and she does aerial yoga, and I'm like, cool. Well, nobody else has ever done EYP aerial yoga. Let's see what that looks like. Or there may be a theme. Maybe you're a strong environmental activist and you want to bring EYP to that. Maybe you're a strong feminist. Maybe you're I don't know, a parent and you want to do a parenting workshop. So do be creative with it. That's part of it. It's principles. So we're not dictating that. We do want to see it grow and evolve and stay involved. So let me know what help you need is the main message as well.